Morning, everyone. This is Byron Lehman, and this is the Jittery Goat YouTube channel. Uh, I also have a website. It's entitled The Jittery Goat. You'll find it at jitteryg.com. That's where you'll find my short stories and vignettes and links to my novels that are on Amazon. And don't forget, please, if you have comments, make sure you leave them in the comment section, and please hit the subscribe button. And also, I'm going to talk about a vignette in a short while, and I'll put the link to that down in the description section of this video. First of all, I'd like to mention our sponsor, the Clickety Clack Cafe, down at the Road to Apple Junction, Ohio. It's next to the tracks, next to the elevator, next to the Feed and Grain, next to Ralph's Filler Up gas station and Miniature Golf, where a handful of peanuts is still a nickel and the air is always free. This week's Friday special at the Clickety Clack Cafe is Thursday's special, leftover meatloaf and lumpy potatoes. There's always plenty for everyone, so come on down. If you identify the surprise ingredient in the meatloaf, your meal's half price. Remember, if you miss Friday's special, likely the folks at the Clickety Clack will serve it until it runs out or turns on them. Always a favorite down at the Clickety Clack Cafe, Road Apple Junction, Ohio. While there, make sure you give a tip of the hat to Clickety Clack's main cook, Moose Crenshaw. Moose has worked Clickety Clack, that's tough to say, the Clickety Clack, for a few years now. He's stuck back in the kitchen and gets out very little and gets very little recognition. He does a fine job there. He's known for a favorite down at the Clickety Clack Cafe, moose pie. Yep, moose pie. It's a big har-har with the Clickety Clack patrons. To this day, Moose vehemently denies it was his toenail in the cream pie, also known as Crenshaw Clip and Chip Pie, CCCP. No affiliation to the old Soviet Union. Well, the vignette I'd like to talk about and introduce a little bit is it's another story that I've written in first person. I know I mentioned a couple months ago that I seldom write in first person, but boy, I must have a lot of stories stuck away that are in first person. So this is another one that's in first person. It's called Forever Rain, and it just happens to be raining in Boise right now. And what a coincidence, really. Have you ever had those times that you wish would never end? It's not a time of fireworks and laughter and sparkles and so forth, but it's just a great time. It's a quiet time. Perhaps you're alone, or perhaps you're with one who is dear to you. And of course, when I wrote this, I was thinking about me and my wife. Okay, so there's a time when everything is perfect. It's only you or only you and someone else. It's a deep feeling that you have that no one else can really touch. It's that moment. And it's a moment of serenity, calm, satisfaction. I don't know, there are probably better words that can describe it. You have to pick your own. And it's a time when the world around you can't come in. You won't let them in. So that's what that story is about, Forever Rain. If you write, can you find those times and put them in words that describe a feeling with defining it, without defining it, rather. That way a reader can actually feel it. It's one thing to say one is comfortable, and yet it's another thing to describe something as comfortable or someone as comfortable. I think as writers, sometimes we fail to do that. We want to rush through a story and get to the end or get to the next episode or the next scene. I know myself, I do that a lot. And so every now and then we have to stop and really describe what's going on and describe the scene rather than say rather than say something was tense We have to show it through the words that we use. And that draws the reader in, of course. Other times, though, we have to strike this balance. We can be so wrapped up in our prose. And our words are so wonderful that we just want to hold the reader captive. I mean, I think you could hold a person captive in Shangri-La or in the most beautiful place in the world, and as long as they're held captive, they can grow resentful. And that can happen with our words too. We're so caught up in the beauty of our writing that we just hold a person there. Well, we have to go back and kind of examine that and just say, well, with a word or two, can I let them out? Can I let them free? And so rather than say, describe a tense scene, we could just say, it was tense. And again, sometimes it depends on the ear and the eye of the writer to come up with that, to strike the right balance, because there is a balance there. We can't describe every scene to the detriment of the reader where we actually bore them. So it's the writer's choice. This word, Forever Rain, I think it describes a scene, a feeling in about 275 words. It's not long. I think you'll enjoy it. The link, I'll put that down in the description. And once again, please leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button. And always remember to do good stuff, read good stuff, write good stuff, and see good stuff in others. Thanks a lot. Bye.